The best equipment in Battlefield 2042. That's a pretty hard thing to nail down at the moment. DICE have created a game with more options and more opportunities than any other to utilise a variety of different equipment, especially due to the fact that the class system has been removed and specialists can carry whatever they like. But I'm here to say there's only one overall winner, and I'm going to tell you why the Insertion Beacon is the ultimate equipment for any operator in Battlefield 2042. Now, you might be a bit shocked that I've said that. I imagine many of you will be questioning my logic on this one, especially those of you who've watched me on stream, because typically I don't run the Insertion Beacon. Normally I'll be found running around with a recoilless M5 trying to take out vehicles. But the Insertion Beacon is the ultimate squad play mechanic as of 2042. The main reason for this is the map size. As you're all well aware, the maps in 2042 are significantly bigger than anything we've ever seen in Battlefield up to this point. And yes, there's plenty of vehicles to get around the maps too, but if you're looking to lock down a sector on Conquest or push into one of those breakthrough objectives, having an Insertion Beacon is going to be your best friend. Only one person in your squad needs to be running an Insertion Beacon, but if they get near to a sector or an objective, they can put that down and use that as a spawn point for the rest of the squad to easily get to them. Again, this has always been a staple in previous games, but it's so much more vital now because of the amount of time it takes to move around the map. Along with that, if you want to take advantage of positioning on the larger maps, getting around behind enemies and into flanking routes, again, the Insertion Beacon is going to be extremely important to maintain those positions. Now, without VoIP in the game as it stands, it is incredibly difficult to communicate with your squad, especially if you're playing on your own. So there are some caveats to running an Insertion Beacon. But if you're the one carrying the Insertion Beacon, by placing it down, every single person in your squad can see that it is in place on the map when they're in the respawn screen. With this in mind, it can prove to be a focal point even without you having to directly communicate with your squad mates. It's going to be interesting to see if it's more widely used in the game going forward, but I think as more and more people start to move away from the classic equipment like the recoilless M5, and look at how they can really play their own role whilst also benefiting the squad, I can only imagine the Insertion Beacon is going to become more and more vital to squad play. Of course, I'm keen to hear your thoughts as well. Do you ever run the Insertion Beacon? And if not, what equipment do you typically run in 2042? Like I say, I'm normally a recoilless M5 man myself, but I've slowly come to realise the incredible benefit that the Insertion Beacon can provide, especially on the likes of McKay or other movement specialists, where they can get to hard to reach places, get the Insertion Beacon down, and utilise this to their advantage. As always though guys, it's been an absolute pleasure, thank you again for your time, I look forward to catching up with all of you in the next one.